And I'm back. Hello, chat. Let me just add a marker really quick. Alright, so next up is Jabami. So let me just ping them real quick. Um, right. 14 minutes playing Anna. Hold on. Let me change the coaching scene. There we go. Match loaded. Entering game.
Traveling to Volskaya Industries.
Jabami.
Ready for battle.
And while this loads, I'll take the next one. Put it on up next. And I'll read the code real quick. My PC was destroyed, so I couldn't play for 2 weeks. That means I've forgotten some things about playing. I only play Animal Crossing one in the meantime. I would like some tips to get back on the track. Okay. So let's look at your Ana gameplay. The first thing I noticed is that you're playing a little too close to your Reinhardt. I don't want to say there are a ton of ideal positions for Ana here, but at the very least, you should be. One second. Sorry. Okay. I think you should be playing like over here. This is just a big advantage because playing here means that you have basically the same line of sight on your tanks, right? But you can retreat, you can drop, you have more options for well being safe. I always let's just start with that because I always whenever I see an Ana or a Zenyatta that are not taking the best positions, I always explain this. I have three rules for good positioning as Ana or Zenyatta, basically long range healing, which are first one, you want a good sideline, right? The three things to look for when you're playing Ana or Zenyatta, who are the most typeable supports and the supports with the longest range. You want a good sideline, so that means you want to be able to see your team to get value. You want to have cover and ampersand high ground. Because this allow you to stay alive for longer, which means that you will get more value as the fight goes on. And the third one is a safe retreat, which is basically a good way to go if you get attacked where you are. So if you're playing here, you've got a good sideline. You can see your tanks like from where you are right now. You can only see this direction, right? That's all you can see. Like you're playing around this corner, so you have some cover. You have a decent sideline, but you are not having as much cover as you could have, and you don't have a safe retreat. If someone attacks you here, you don't have anywhere to go. Like, let's say a tracer comes to you from over here or from behind, or a monkey jumps you. If someone is on top of you, no matter where you go, they basically get you anyway, right? Uh, and the closest health pack you got is all the way over there. On the other hand, if you're over here, not only do you have better cover because you have this, and high ground, which is also cover, because if someone is below you, all you have to do to hide from them is take a step back, and then you're safe. So not only does this provide you with high ground and better cover overall, because again, cover, high ground, and a better sideline, because not only can you see this, you can also see this, and you can make a rotation and even see the point from up here. From with like very easy, all you have to do is to instead of like being healing like this or healing like this, all you have to do is to like, okay, now I'm healing the point. And it also gives you more safe ways of retreating rather than going through the open to try to get back or going inside where you're basically trapped. You have the options of dropping down, which now you're basically in a similar position where you are, except you're a little closer to the point if you want to go this way, or you can make the rotation backwards, or you can play around this. Hi, Alexa. So yeah, from here you can be like, I can drop, I can go back, or I can go forward. No matter what I do, I have more options. And again, if you're playing here, your only option is like, which is basically all the same. It's not like you have a safe way to go. At least if you're playing here, you can be like, okay, I can take a second. Did I take damage from like an Ash? on an off angle, like let's assume there's an Ashe here. If the Ashe shoots you over here, you are dead. Like if they got an Ashe who rotated this way, and the Ashe come this way, you are dead. Like she shoots you once, where are you gonna go that it doesn't, like maybe here, but even then she can just either rotate to the high ground or kill you very fast. So it's like, or dynamite. So the first thing I think is I'm pretty sure you know what? You are correct. You are in fact correct. We did just do a 4100 Sigma though, so the icon was right for that one. But yeah, if they have like a flanker or if Tracer comes to you here, you're basically dead. If you're playing here, if a Tracer, first thing first, if a Tracer is trying to come to you, you will see it. Like you will see her come this way, you will see her come that way. You will even see her come this way before she comes here. And if she comes, all you have to do is drop, which means that you will be safe, right? Or if you see like an Ashe shooting you from over here, then the same thing happens. Like from here, you have better cover, so you can be like, oh, I'm hidden, and I can even rotate and get the health back, the mega very easily. I just take 2 steps, jump, and get the health back, and I can get back to the high ground pretty easily as well. So it's like not only do you have a better cover and high ground, but it also gives you access to this mega, and your rotation is better as well, because from here, if the enemy team pushes, you can go here. And here again, you have basically great cover. You have the high ground. You can see anyone at the point, and if you have to, you can just drop and get the health back. So the idea is the same. From here, you have the options of making this rotation, dropping, going forward if we have to, which I wouldn't do, but you have the option, and going through the inside to drop to the mega. Whereas here, your options are basically, this is my only cover, that's all you've got, and this is basically the only health pack you can quickly and easily access. And your only rotations are like a few steps in the open, try to hide behind this machine, and that's it. And if you need to go to the point, if you need to see the point, you are vulnerable over here on the ground. Whereas from here, you can kind of see the point, and from here, you can very well see the point with cover and high ground, whereas here, you're on the low ground. So, quick explanation as to what type of position to take with Ana, and usually Zenyatta as well. They look for different things. They are different heroes in the sense that Ana is a healer, like main healer, and Zenyatta is just lol, I kill things, but the positioning is similar for both of them. It's fine, we're just waiting. You're backing out a little bit, so again, this makes you vulnerable to, well, flankers. And they do have a Sombra, I hear her hacking the thing. Which is the same idea, like, if a Tracer comes on top of you, where are you gonna go? Like, maybe get the Mega, but if a Tracer is on top of you, if it's a decent Tracer, you will probably die before getting the Mega. You are looking for the Sombra, you find the Sombra, and you're at 80 HP, you're probably gonna nade yourself, try to sleep her, and your Saint kills her. So this worked out, but even then, because you had to take the 1v1, now your team has no healing. Which, is it a problem? We have killed both of their DPS, but leaving our team without healing because we had to make a rotation to contest someone on the backline basically means that our team could have been pushed onto and died in that rotation. Whereas again, if you were here, first thing first, it is a lot harder for someone to get to you because even if she's invisible, rather than going from behind you, she has to go all the way around, and then all you have to do is like drop. And if someone tries to follow you, well, you can still heal your team and deal with the Sombra at the same time.
Take your medicine.
Heal the sun, this is fine. Don't worry about quick scoping so much, especially at close range. Quick scoping is basically the same as just left clicking. So if you are literally in melee range with someone, just left click. Because I know technically it goes a little slower, but when you're in melee range, it doesn't matter that it goes slower. You heal them anyway. It's better than missing shots because you're trying to quick scope every time. Like these shots are hard, so those are fine. And notice again how we have to turn around and away from our team, who are purple and very low, because there's a flanker on us. Which we should not be allowing. Our Sun is dead.
You're covered.
We still win the fight, which is overall fine. But it's happened twice already that a flanker has taken our attention away from healing our team, which is a problem.
Nano boost is ready to deploy.
Like, let me explain this better. If the Sombra comes to the point and you contest the Sombra, yes, the fight is technically still a 5v5 here, but the person who is flanking has the advantage because not only did they take away the biggest ceiling for a roll comp, so it's like now your Vine and Zarya are surviving on a same comp at best, but also like on the 1v1, Sombra will and most flankers will beat most healers, especially like main healers. Baptiste is a really good one where you can just take a 1v1 or Zenyatta are really good ones. But with Ana, unless you hit a cooldown, these guys are in the wing position. So you either contest them and do really well and kill them, or you will need the help of someone else. So now this becomes a 4v5, where your team has no healing.
Get back in the fight.
And Sombra goes for a hack. Hacking Zarya is like really bad for them. Don't. I know you hit the sleep. Well done on hitting the sleep. Don't go for this kind of low percentage sleeps. I usually say go for high percentage sleeps. So sleeps you will hit like 90% of the time on a road dog, on a vine with no shield, or a monkey, or go for high value sleeps. Sleeps that will win you the fight. Well, not percentage, but so a nano-blading Genji is very difficult to hit, but if you kill him, it will win you the fight. Sleeping the Sombra all the way over there will probably not, like, we probably win the fight anyway, but this is not a guaranteed kill. Even if, well, Hansuk went to kill it anyway, which is good for us, but it's very far away for your team to follow up, and your Hansuk's doing great, don't get me wrong. He's just basically killing one of their DPS every fight, which is, really good for us. That's unlucky. That's not entirely on you, but again, if you are playing, like I said, on a better position, or even all the way back here, which is not ideal, because then you have to be like here to heal your team on the choke. But from here, if your team is holding the choke, from here you're gonna be like, okay, I heal my team on the choke, and if the enemy team pushes, I can go all the way back here and heal my team on the point. But yeah, if you were up here, this wouldn't have happened, right? That's why. And you're dead. And you could avoid that death by just being on the high ground. And now your team probably loses this fight. On the other hand, imagine if you had been here. Look at this fight. Ryan goes for the shatter. He gets Zenyatta. We can nano someone. We have nano. Who do I nano? I'm gonna nano Sen. So he doesn't die from the Ryan pinning him. Where would you go? Or you could nano your own Ryan, or you could nano Hanzo and be like, I'm sorry, Sen, I'm sacrificing you as bait. But you could be like, okay, or you could nano your Zarya, who's going. She doesn't have any charge, so don't nano your Zarya. But yeah, if you. Anna, please. Oh my god. If you are here, like, even if Ryan charges here, you can either nano the Sen, nano the Junkrat, nano the Hanzo. We have options. And you will not die, which means that even if the Sen dies, you will survive. You are the biggest healing for your team. This is no longer, well, I'm away for 3 seconds contested Sombra. This is, I'm just dead because of bad positioning. Where would you go if they had a sniper? I feel like every time I play here, I just get deleted. Snipers are really good on this map because it's got very long sidelines. Are you asking where I would play as Ana? Because as Ana, I will play here with a sniper. At least depends on what your team is holding. Like, if your team is holding the choke, I play here and I play around like this. Boop, 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 boop. And if I have to, I can heal my team, right? It's a lot more difficult. Like, avoiding this window is very important if the enemy team has a good sniper, which I assume at your rank they will be good snipers. So this window is really good for them. I just don't hardscope. I it's fine to hard scope if you are in a safe position and you don't think the enemy is taking an angle on you. If you see someone coming this way, then yeah, just get out. It's about awareness at that point. But being able to avoid the entire sideline of the window is really good because a lot of high ranked snipers, like, if you're playing all the way up there, like, they have to be here to shoot at you. And even if they're here to shoot at you, if your team is holding the choke, they will usually have a ton of people in front. And having a sniper here, like, it's not that good. It's been a while since I played Volskaya. Yeah. And if you see a sniper looking at you, all you have to do is, like, the other side, like, the other window is even harder to shoot at. So you can be like, okay, if they see me on this window and they're far away, I could just rotate and be like, well, they have a sniper on main. Now I'm playing here. I know they don't have a lot of like, if they're playing sniper brawl or something like that, you can just be like, I'm here, I'm safe here now, and I can be like, from here I can heal my team, or I can heal my team taking this angle. So it just gives you a lot of options. Playing up here, it just gives you a lot of options. I can heal my team from here. I can heal my team from here. If the sniper rotates, I can just rotate back all the way to here and heal my team from here, right? And that is, again, if our team is holding here. If your team is just holding all the way back here, you just play with them. And if your team is holding, like, I don't know, somehow point, or like you have a monkey here, this is good as well, because again, from this position, you can just heal anyone and be safe as well. If the enemy takes this angle, like if there's a sniper here, something has gone wrong with our team. Like, we should have a monkey if we're gonna play here, and you can just dive them, right? So yeah, there are a lot of different positions, but I think that this gives you a lot of options. Playing here gives you the option of dropping, of moving forward, which again you will only do if they have like a sniper or a very big threat on the main angle that doesn't let you stay here forever. Then you'll just do this, and from here you can heal your team anyway. It lets you go to the mega, and it lets you go to this area, which from here you can see the point. So yeah, my area rotation, at least definitely with like a team holding the choke or this choke, will be from here to either here or to the mega or to far forward. And if your team is holding this choke, then be ready to get the fuck out, because if your team is holding this choke, the enemy team is gonna do this, so you have to like drop and run away, or run away and drop, or keep running away. But your team would usually not be holding this choke, but this choke. In case, let's go back to the review. It's been a long time and we only watched 2 minutes.
في الامتحان يكرم المرء أو يهان.
Lost first point. Just, yeah, go back, set up on second point.
أعمل إيه؟
Don't take a duel against a Sombra who's got a hacked health pack right next to you. This is very dangerous. She's running away, which is honestly good for us. Good shot, but and she's invisible. So yeah, don't worry about the Sombra so much. Worry about your front line. Instead of dueling the Sombra, take your time to set up here where the Sombra is now by chance. But again, this is a good position for second. If you want to move further forward, you can be here as well. You don't want to be on the middle of the point. This is so open, right? Especially if they have like a flanker or an echo, they can just shoot at you. Like, where's their echo? You are literally free for this echo to shoot at on this angle. Whereas here, you would at least have some cover, or playing behind the wall over here at least would give you some cover as well. But just playing out in the open is free kills for the enemy. And you also hit a fire strike, which is not great. So your positioning is definitely a problem. You hit the invisible Sombra, which is absolutely great. You missed the naive though, and that's unlucky. Which is trans. No need to nano that. We've won this fight. We killed the Sombra. We got a 3-man shatter. We grabbed everything. We don't need the nano to win this. But yeah, playing out in the open like this is very dangerous for you. Like, Take a better position for instead of trying to duel the Sombra, just take a better position. Because you are not gonna kill the Sombra. Your only resource to try to get that much damage into Sombra is sleeping here, then going into a perfect nade combo. This is like about. This is technically a placement, but I believe it's like mid to high gold. So I don't have an exact number for you because this is a placement match, but it's around mid to high gold. I don't think we can look at the. Yeah, we can look at the people to see the reserves. So mid to high gold. Again, playing in the open like this is making me a little worried that you're just gonna die. What's the lowest and highest you have ever reviewed? I believe I done silver like 1500. I don't know if I've done bronze. Bronze. I think I've done a 1200 at some point. So I can say 1500 for sure. Maybe 1200. As for highest, we did a 4100 Sigma today. And I've done 4250 on Argent, who is someone I know. So that's probably the highest, but yeah, 4100 today. And again, dueling the Echo is fine, but you could be doing the same, like dueling the Echo. Shooting at the Echo is fine, but you could be doing the same thing from up here, where you have cover and she doesn't, and instead of taking the damage, you're safe. And you do double tap the Echo, which is fine. Interesting, thank you. Yeah, I do like a lot of stuff. And I try to focus on like advice for the rank. And in this case, I'm like, fix your positioning and you will die a lot less for this Hana. Whereas for the Sigma earlier, I was like, I'm not gonna tell you about positioning. You know about positioning. Just save your rock for counterplay.
Get back in the fight.
That's a good nade. Yep, that's a decent nade to keep your Zarya alive. Again, though, look at how being on the point is causing you to take damage we shouldn't be taking. And you also get the impede, which you could have avoided on the high ground. Just get out at that point. Wait for your team. Like 12 to 40 to 50, something like that, Lexa. And we lose the fight. We lose the point, sorry. But it's okay. And I do think like
5,
focusing a lot more on your
4, 3, 2,
positioning will help you die less, which will get you. I do this as well sometimes. Let's just bring out the table. So let's go for, actually, let me see if I have a green for value over time. So the longer you stay alive, right? Let's assume you're playing on a position with a good sideline. Actually, let's make an actual example of it. So let's go over it here. This is time. This is value. So this position where you started at has a good sideline, right? So you are going to get the most value in the sense of, well, I can shoot at my team, I can heal my team, I can shoot at the enemy. So I'm gonna be like consistent value until I either die or I'm forced out. And at that point, I just get like no value anymore, or very little value if I'm running away for a long time. On the other hand, if you're playing on a better position like over here, you may not have the entire sideline 100% of the time. So you may be like, maybe a tiny bit less value. So like yellow would be like this position where you started at, or maybe this position, any of these positions. Whereas if you're playing with this position, let's assume, like, I don't think this is true, but let's assume you get a tiny bit less value. But the thing is, when you're pressured out, you can just get no value for a moment, and then you can go back into the fight a lot quicker, and we keep getting value because all it takes is you go out, you get a health pack, or you just get out of danger, and you can come back in, which is very important, which is something you cannot do in the other positions. So that's really important. And having a safe retreat makes this downtime even shorter. Because if you are playing like if you reduce the amount of time it takes for you to be able to get back in the fight, then yeah, you just come back faster and your downtime is reduced from having a safe retreat. Okay, let's look at Anna. We're just healing the team. Again, I'm fine with left clicking if you can hit them and it's not very long range. Your Valkyrie is a little too far forward, that's not your problem. This position is okay. It's not the best. I would rather you be like a little closer to the edge, just so you can have better cover. But this is not like the idea is good. You have Sideline on your team. You are mostly safe. Again, you will be a little safer if we are closer to this. And if you need to retreat, you can just do this and either get that mega or this mega behind you. So I think this position is good to very good. Not ideal, but good to very good. Don't waste your sleeps though. Again, this is like a 10% chance sleep of hitting someone your team cannot kill. You break the turret, which I don't think is your job. You should be concerned about healing your tanks. Like at this point, you have broken line of sight with your tanks. Do I think that you should have gone in with them? No, I think you should have rotated maybe here. So you can keep killing them. And if you get pressured, that's a risk you want to take because it is, like I said, the most, like when I said those three things, sideline, cover, and safe retreat, those were in order. Having a sideline is the most important thing because otherwise, like having good cover and having a safe way to get out are meaningless if we don't get value from our sideline. So I'd rather you take a risk here and try to keep killing your tanks and maybe have a chance of dying than just be here where our tanks are out of our line of sight and we cannot do anything and we just basically let them die. Well, Brian dies, but he does kill 2 people, which is really good for us. He just goes aggressive on. By the way, and they have the same problem, whereas their Rhine broke line of sight with their Ana. Their Ana is playing over there. But in this case, it is not Diana's fault. Like, Diana doesn't have a decent rotation here to get out, to get to the Rhine. So Diana's just like, I'm gonna throw the nade and try to help here. The Rhine should not have broken line of sight with Diana, of course. He should have been playing near the door so Ana can just keep killing him. And your Rhine goes like... Oh wait, no, that's... Yeah, no. Your Rhine goes as low as 5 HP. And then he dies, of course. But he goes very low. And we could have kept him alive for a little longer. And we don't. And the Rosaria is also here and very low. And they are getting a ton of value, but they could be getting more value and still be alive if we had made a better rotation. To, keep healing them. This is obviously still a one fight. I'm basically nitpicking a little bit during a fight that is clearly won. Because you could have gotten more value from the fight. Your tanks won this fight for us. Like, the Ryan and the Zarya, even though the Ryan is dead and the Zarya almost died, they won the fight for us. Like, they killed 3 people, and then Bakri killed and Dash just cleaned up. Wait for the bubble to go out before throwing the nade. This is fine. Can prioritize healing, and we can kill this area, that's fine. But you see how you going not more aggressive, but on a different angle where you could... Oh my god, what's wrong with this Rhine? I will not comment on that, let's move on. You going on a little bit more of an aggressive angle where, yes, you are more at risk, for sure. But rather than just shooting the turret, just come here where you have cover from the turret and heal your tanks, or rotate all the way over here, where you can also see your tanks. I just wanted to make a rotation where you can see your tank line, so you can heal them, because the most important thing is getting heals on them. And they just won the fight anyway for us, which is good. I'm being a little nitpicky because your tanks just won the fight. Looks like a 12 CP game from how fast it's going. You could kill your Ash here. That's okay. Which is a good position for us here. Is this a good position? It's an okay position. The problem with this is that your only cover is this, and it cuts you off from your entire team. So this is not the best position for a healer, because of course, if you're trying to heal your team who are down there and you're like here, you have a pretty full time, and you can kind of see the point from here, or you can kind of see the point from here as well. But it is a very limited sideline, and if you want to get a better sideline, you're exposing yourself. I would usually just play like behind the Rhine with this cover here. Heal the Rhine, heal the Rhine. I can see everything. Just heal, heal. I have cover, and if I have to go aggressive, I can rotate here first, where again I can still see everything, and then I can make this safe rotation. Why not just start here? Because you want to be able to see the point in case someone near the point is healing. So I would be like, from here I can heal anyone from this little corner. Heal, heal, heal. And if I need to go aggressive, I make this rotation, and then I can make this rotation safely. And from here I can be like, I can heal anyone through here, I can heal anyone through here, and I can get the mega. Like, look how the soldier is shooting around you.
Get back in the fight.
Keep your tanks topped off. That's a good nano on the Rhine. Little late. It should still be okay, maybe. Great nade, by the way. Good nade on the Rhine, so he can't get healed. And then we just shatter and win the blow, and like I win the fight. Like I said, this just kind of looks like a 12 CP game. Also, forget about the Vulcan Mercy. You are never gonna kill her. Either focus on Diana, who you can kill, which I still don't recommend, or do the right thing and heal your tank, heal your McCree. Your Zarya is the one not purple. You can heal your Zarya right here, right? Like if you're going to tell me everyone's purple, no, your Zarya is not. Heal your Zarya. I got rest, but at this point the fight is won. Ignore the mercy, just heal your team. The only supports who can do like damage and healing at the same time, and I take it back, it's not only, there is a lot of them. Lucio can do it. The problem with Lucio is that he can do speed and healing at the same time. Baptiste and Zenyatta can definitely do it. Baptiste has a lot of damage, and this is the biggest thing with Baptiste, is that he can do damage and healing. Zenyatta can do a lot of damage and a little healing. Like a tiny bit of healing. And Moira cannot do it, Mercy cannot do it, and Anna cannot do it. And Brigitte can do it, but Brigitte's healing is very low as well. This is fine. I'm like, you should be taking a better position, but we still cap, so.
Use your heads out there. We'll get through this.
And this is, again, a bad starting position because your team is following the choke. If your tanks were here, like if you had a monkey here, or if you had like double shield here, then these two would be fine because you can see them, but from where you are right now, you can not really see your team. And your team is already taking damage. And we are not in a good position. Like, look at this long rotation we made, and our team's already taking damage. So much damage, in fact. McCree's almost dead. Your Rhine goes aggressive, which is insane, but he does get the pick on Diana. Heal your Rhine, heal your Rhine, heal your Rhine. Yeah, your Rhine, again, your tanks are just really good. Also, I think you're trying to get the Sombra. You heard her, and she's over there. But it's difficult to get an invisible Sombra. If you know the Sombra is there, just make a rotation towards your team. Again though, this is a bad angle because your team is trying to hold this. And you don't have an angle on this. You can kind of see this when your rank goes aggressive. But basically your team won this fight 5v6. Without a healer because Lucio is not really a good healer.
Hello. Hello there.
You're looking for the Sombra. It's, again, not necessary, and I hate that you're doing this while your team is about to engage in another fight.
Get back in the fight.
This is basically the best silent you can get, and it's still not ideal, because most of the fights are gonna happen on this corner. Or if your team holds here, then that's very aggressive. And again, a big difference is that a flanker here, you are in the open, and where are you going to go? Assume that, let's just say that this was a good silent, which is not. If the Sombra comes to you, and shoot you. You can draw, but you are both far away from your team, and there's no health packs around you. And that's the only thing you can do. You can try to go this way, but the Sombra is gonna be like here, so it's not different for her. And you can just drop here, but your team is far away and you have no health pack. Whereas if you're playing here, like I said earlier, first thing first, your silent is a lot better. And if there's a Sombra behind you, you can be like, okay, I'm gonna drop, which is closer to my team. And also, I have this to play around, so I can try to bait the Sombra. And also, I have health packs close to me, both that one and that one. So it's like you have a lot more options. Not to mention that, again, you can drop and be moved towards the team as well. Is there Sombra throwing?
60 seconds remaining.
You're not doing a lot, I'll be honest. And you're being jumped. The monkey missed the jump, which is good for us, but you would be dead if he hadn't. Good sleep though. But again, if the monkey had not missed the jump, we would be immediately dead. Whereas monkey cannot really jump up here. Like, it's a very difficult jump. Not only can he not do it from here, like this, he has to come all the way here. It's still a difficult jump to get through it here. And if he wants to do it from here, well, your team is gonna be here, right? So they have less diving options on you. And over there, you're just in the open. They can get to you. If the monkey had actually landed on you, you would be dead right now. And you may still die anyway. But at least, like, they're diving bought us time, and we managed to get out. Because of their you were eating, unlucky. We do manage to get out because their dive was not great. And your team was just doing good, but... Also, if you sleep someone, don't wake him up. You, as Anna, unless they are low and you can guarantee the kill, never wake someone up. It's better for you to leave the diva sleeping for 5 seconds. You got 5 seconds, well, 5 whole seconds where we don't have to worry about diva instead of, you know, having a diva on our faces. We still win the fights, and your tanks are doing so much work, man. Like, if I want to look at this fight, from the moment you get even, your tanks just commit to, well, Arana has not been healing us a lot because of the difficulties here. While the is even, I'm just gonna go aggressive on the Mercy, on the Zenyatta. Well, that's not Zenyatta, that's Nana, but same concept. The rank gets left, but it's like... Okay, now the team doesn't have any healing either. And yeah, they have killed like one person, but everyone else has just survived. Your Zarya buys a lot of time, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 people against 3 people. And most importantly, we have a healer, which you should not have survived, but you did. So do we rotate to the high ground? Yeah. Again, this is fine. This is fine. I'm okay with that attempt at a sleep. Again, it's not very high percentage, it's not very high value, but there's only 10 seconds left. Okay. And yeah, this is again a good position to heal your tanks or your team in general if we are playing on point. And maybe here, but this is not that good. So again, this is best because you can see them every time and you can make those rotations. This is okay. This is best if your team is on point. Like, this is great if your team is on point. And this is just bad. Never do that.
10 seconds remaining.
They do the touch. They do touch with the diva. It should be a one fight anyway. The one is dead and we just win. Monkey's here. We keep healing. This is okay. Use nano. It's a one fight. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So many reviews for a 6-hour stream? Why do you mean so many reviews for a 6-hour stream? It's usually like 6 reviews. maybe 7 if 2 of them are very short, but I usually will do like
Defend
a review will take me an hour. I've been with yours for like 40 minutes at this point. Even if it's a little shorter at the end, because the game is a little shorter, um, it is still almost an hour, like 40 minutes for a review. So at most I can maybe do 7 on a... And that's unlucky, but you know. You triple tap the echo, you kill the echo, that's okay. I don't have a Lord command, unfortunately. Nade yourself, like you always want to be at full health or near full health, so nade yourself, nade yourself, nade yourself, nade yourself. Use the nade to heal yourself. Use the nade to heal yourself. Instead of use it aggressively, which I'm not completely against, but if you had used it at very early on, like blah blah blah, you try to save the Ash dies, doesn't matter. You double tap the Echo, which brings her really low. You triple tap the Echo, she only survives because she has Mercy Healing. At this point, nade yourself. Nade yourself, you kill the Echo, nade yourself. And it's 324. If you nade yourself at this point, when you use it again, let's look at that. We use it again at 3014. So you would literally just have it in time to throw it here as well. Always nade yourself when you are missing HP. Unless the other healer is actually paying attention to you, like if you have a Mercy, if you have a Brigitte, if you have like a Lucio who's actually actively paying attention, maybe not Lucio because Lucio's healing is very slow anyway, but like Brigitte can pack you, Mercy can heal you, Sen can give you the healing orb, right? So it's like you don't have to use your own healing in that case, but otherwise nade yourself because the most important, the best thing you can do is survive. The longer you're alive, the more value your team gets. Even if you have to take, I explained this very early, but if you have to take a little downtime, like we get value, then we stop getting value to heal up, or maybe go get a health pack, or we just survive, then we can come back to the fight and keep getting value. On the other hand, if you just die, instead of getting health and be like boop, 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 you just die and you get no more value forever.
I'm on fire.
Going aggressive is okay, like the fight is a red one and we just cap.
I will keep you healed.
We should just have this. Yep. Okay. Overall, decent job. I think your positioning is what needs the most value. Sometimes you are taking, especially on defense, you are taking a lot of positions that put you at risk and make you easier to kill. Like over here, where you can just get Diven very easily. And you would have died if the monkey had actually landed on you. And that may have been a lost point. Because the only reason we won the fight after is that we had a 4v3 where we had a healer with you. So if you were playing here and they had actually killed you, that fight would probably be lost for us because they have better spawns. But okay. I'll post the entire VOD review probably tomorrow because Thursdays I finish pretty late. And yeah, I'll see you when I do that. I'll be back in like 3 minutes, guys. I'm gonna take a quick hydration break. I need more water. I'll be right back.